what is customer service? So customer service is the process of delivering high quality, consistent and valuable service to customers before and during a purchase. So this is the service that you offer before someone becomes your client and after they have become your client, or you've converted them into your client. So these are the services that you offer. So it involves a lot of things. It involves direct interaction and communication, which will give you an opportunity to understand what the customer needs, identify their pain points, and improve your product or services. Or a customer will tell you, no, I want my product to be delivered like this, or I want it customized like this, just to improve the customization of business. Okay, so it's not just about support; it's a continuous market research. So as you keep on interacting with your customers and your clients, you get to understand better, or better, you get to understand them better and the services that they need. In turn, you improve services and the product. So every conversation is supposed to give you insight. Conversation with your customer is supposed to give you insight of what they want, how they want their product to be, or in case they need new product that you can offer to them, and so on. So, so every conversation is supposed to give insight into what the customer expects, their complaints, their preferences, the have said. So the customer is constantly telling you what they need. So you need to be always be at par and always be evolving and make sure that your customers are satisfied. So now, what's the value of the customer to your business? So a customer, once a customer is satisfied, they are likely to be repeat customers. They will be repeat purchases of your product or the services that you offer. They might even buy other products that you offer because they are satisfied with what you offer them. And if it's online, you have a page, you have a website, they'll tend to give you positive reviews. And once you have positive reviews, other prospective customers or clients will see those reviews and also convert themselves. And again, once they are satisfied with the services or products that you offer them, they will give you referrals. They will refer you to someone that might need your product, and so on and so on and so forth. And bad service. So if you offer, for example, if you offer them bad service, you lose the customer, and they will give you negative reputation. For example, if it's online, people would mouth you, go on your platform and say bad words about the company, or bad words about a certain employee online, and once something goes on, it spreads like wildfire. People tend to catch that faster compared to good things. But definitely good things to move forward as well. So the formula that is there, you need to satisfy your customer so that they can trust you and they build that loyalty. And once you build that, your sales tend to increase. So satisfy the customer, make sure they trust you, they'll be a loyal customer, and in turn you have an increase in sales. Or it might be looked at as something like this. So when you provide the service, you keep the customer and you get more customers. This will increase in the value that the customer will bring you, and you become good at the service that you provide. And then this will again increase your revenue. You have more revenue, again you continue providing this service. So if you've been continuous cycles of having a lot of revenue, providing the service, and increasing the value of it. Okay? So we move on to the next page. Then, so these listed here are key skills that you need for you to be very good at your customer service. You need online customer service. You need to know about online, how do you service the customer online, how do you build customer rapport listening, how to listen actively. Then you also need to be good at written communication, not just at spoken. You also need to be good at written communication. You need to know your product so that if they, in whatever angle that a customer might want to ask or want to know about the product, you are there to help them and to give them everything. Then time management is very important. You need to manage the time as you are dealing with clients. You need to make sure that their queries are responded to fast and quickly. So now again, you also need to know how do you handle an upset customer, and how do you create great value, great experience to your clients and the customer. And that's how we dive in depth of everything. So now we start with online customer service. Okay? So online customer service. So let's just find the word. So online customer service is all about going the extra mile for the customers as if it was in person. So you need to be polite, you need to connect to them as if you're connecting them physically, take responsibility of each and every action that you take or that are under the customer service department in an event that you are manager and so on. You need to show empathy and solve their problems online. For example, we might give an example. This is a negative review. So in this example of Angela, don't buy their product. You need to wait 10 days for it to arrive and the package is damaged. So this is an example of an angry customer and they have given you their feedback on online. So it might be on social media, on your website, in your reviews or in your apps and so on. So you, as a customer support, you need to take note of this and respond to them. So this is an example of how you will respond to them. So Angela, thank you for sharing this part with us. We would like you to contact us. You give out your number if there is a customer care number so that for us to do good by you. So you need to more like to pay to correct the wrong that this Angela has been, or we need to correct the wrong that you've done to us. In this case, you have done a wrong by sending a damaged package and it was late. So what you need to apologize. You need first to acknowledge that you've done something wrong. Then you need to apologize. Then you need to offer a solution to them. So what really sorry for this. Looking forward to call you. So your phone. So once this person calls you, you want to let them know what the product that they got is like, why didn't the product, and what was the problem, why did it take so long. You didn't specify how many days it takes, or if you send out products outside Lusaka, for example, you would maybe say they will be there within 2 to 3 days if it is in copper bill, sending on copper bill. So if it took 10 days, so the customer might be happy to solve their problem in a professional way. So we go to the next page. Okay. So in summary, you need to have fast responses if you're dealing with customers online. You need clear communication. Make sure the information that you're telling them is clear and easy to understand in whatever form. Okay. Make sure the tone is very professional. You shouldn't sound too bossy or too bad. You need to make sure that you are very professional. Then the best practices that you will do is be polite and respectful. You need to respect everyone, even if they are younger than you or older than you. You need just to be polite to everyone and respectful and show empathy. So show that you are there for them. When you take responsibility, if you did anything wrong or anyone under your customer care team did anything wrong, you need to take responsibility. You shouldn't be pointing fingers to anyone that no, it was this one. You just need to take responsibility and own up to it, then improve on the customer and make sure that the solution is solved. social media, and so on. Okay, then building customer rapport. Now, what is rapport? So rapport is equals to trust and communication with your customer and with the supply with rapport. So, okay, let me just take it down with okay, we'll just continue without it, but I'll share in the group once we're done with the class. So now, what is customer rapport? So customer rapport is the trust that you build and the connection with the customer. So now, steps that you will need to build this relationship. Make sure you listen carefully. Okay. So you need to build customer rapport, which is a trust and connection. Then the steps that you need to listen carefully, identify the customer needs, then reflect on concerns, then offer a solution. If there was anything that was done wrong, either online or offline, you need to make sure that you listen carefully to their concerns and make sure you identify their needs, reflect on their concerns, and that's when you now offer their solution. You might need maybe a notepad to note down what they their concerns were if you give them a wrong product, a wrong color, and so on. So you need to understand. For example, you would want to start your message to them like this. I understand that you're looking for something affordable in case that you're selling a wide range of products and something that is maybe quite expensive according to them. So you want to be polite to them to understand, then you look for a solution. If it's you maybe giving them a discount or offering them something that is of the same kind of product. Then how do you build emotional intelligence? So building emotional intelligence is the ability to manage and understand your own and other people's emotions. It's one of the most important skills. So this is an example. So for example, a client comes to you and they are frustrated. Maybe you bought them a wrong product, like I said earlier. Then for you as a customer service personnel, you need to understand them that they are at a point of frustration. You need to put yourself in their shoes. Like saying so you need to put yourself in their shoes and understand that they are frustrated, even without you, it's the others that are too bad. And so you need to put yourself in their shoes and they will be angry. So we go to our example. For example, hello sir, how can I help you today? That's you. You are building emotional intelligence with this client. So customer, this camera I bought from you doesn't work. Help me now. So in this example, the customer bought a camera and it wasn't working, it wasn't functioning. Now, since you know your product, maybe they got it, they didn't put maybe the batteries correctly, so you would want to offer them a solution or listen to what they're saying. So, continue. So, okay, what seems to be the problem with the camera? So the camera shuts down when I'm using it. you need to help me now. So if you look at this, they are at the point of frustration. As they are contacting you, this is online, it might be on WhatsApp, Facebook. So you listen to you now. I can see your frustration and I had this problem myself before. So assuming that you know your product and you've used it before. Do you have a spare battery? The problem for me was a 40 battery. Please try it out. Wow. Then after you told them that, then it was a battery problem. So once you told them that, they fixed it and they were like, wow, it works. Thanks a lot. The problem was a 40 battery. For example, there was a time when we were selling vehicle batteries and we thought a client a vehicle battery on Friday. Then they called on Saturday complaining that the battery wasn't wasn't working and it was defective. And they were so frustrated that they said the money that they used was the last money that they had, meaning they wouldn't even afford coming to where they are, where there's a 40 battery, to our warehouse where we were. So I had to call them up. I said, are you sure we sold you a defective battery? He said, yes. But initially the battery, their alternator was not okay. So I had to call them, or I had to tell them to make sure that the battery is showing green on the label there. They checked and it was okay. Then I told them maybe you need a jump start or something. Then they did that. Then the battery worked perfectly. So it wasn't the battery's problem, it was their alternator problem to them once they did what I told them. So when first they contacted me, they were so frustrated that we sold them a defective battery with their last money. So it was quite effective. Okay. So we continue. So this is summary of it. Emotional intelligence is the ability to understand and manage emotion, your own emotion and the customer's emotion. So the steps are identify the emotion, see the customer's perspective. This is where you put yourself into the customer's shoes. Then you focus on the solution. Then good tips are you need to stay calm under pressure. They shouldn't even frustrate you bad. So you need to be calm as well. Okay. Then let's look at active learning. So if you just don't now, these are the skills that you need of about 8 skills that you need. So we've done online customer service, which we started with within customer rapport. We've looked at emotional intelligence. Now we're at active listening. Okay. Then this is our active listening. So now we're looking at active listening. So let's go back to slide. Put okay, so active listening is the ability to fully focus on the words and the message that's being said. So active listening involves having eye contact, mirroring, smiling, and being non-judgmental, asking questions and reflecting back what's said. The goal is to make the speaker feel heard and valued. So now this active listening, this is where you focus on what your customer is saying. What are they saying? If you are able to even take notes, if you're taking notes, you mirror how they are saying their words, and make sure you say some certain words back to them. So there's a psychological research where it's the under mirroring where if I'm saying certain words, let's say I'm saying I need a vehicle battery. I need a vehicle battery for my pen. Then on the other end, someone's supposed to, oh, you need a vehicle for your pen. So it's psychological where if someone is mirroring what you are saying or is using certain words that you are using, so it creates a connection. You're able to tell that, okay, this person is able to get me, something like that. You need to be smiling and being non-judgmental about what they are saying. This is good, not in medical field where you don't need to be judged, something like that. Then you need to be asking them questions so that you get more information from them. For tell you they need a vehicle budget. Then you would want to ask them, oh, you need a vehicle budget. What size do you need? Maybe they do not know the size. They say, okay, no, I just want a battery for my kid. Oh, you need a battery for my kid. Oh, that's wonderful. The battery that is recommended for my kid, maybe 50 mAh to show them. Okay, okay, I want the same one. So you need to make sure that you mirror how they are saying their words. You smile, you are non-judgmental if they do not know the battery size, because you other people just gonna you drive a vehicle and you don't know the battery size, man, you must be joking. So you need not to be judgmental and so on. Okay. Then go to the next one. Written communication. So you need to be, oh, you can just go through the summary of what you listening. So you need to give full attention, avoid distraction. There are some people that talk to other people or clients, maybe they are on their phone, they are just looking at their phone and they are asking them. That's not that good. You need to put down the phone. You just maybe just take notes of what they are saying, ask them questions, intentional closed-end questions that will help them in deciding if they need your product or what product they need from you. So you need to make sure that the customer feels good. Okay. So written communication, okay. Effective written communication is important to connect with customers in a way that feels calm, satisfied, and confident. So when you are writing, you need to make sure that it's in a professional way, it's easy to understand. Uh, you need to make sure that the words that you are saying, the words that you are writing, would be equivalent to words that you would say as well. Shouldn't be something off. So meaning it's supposed to be easy language that anyone can understand, so that the consumer feels heard, so feels heard that you tend to go and even in the region, the kind of satisfied and confident in the company. Okay, this is real company. Okay. So this is a flow of how your effective communication should be. So you need use a descriptive and specific headline. For example, if you are talking to someone, you would want you need to identify the conversation, use specific headlines so that someone is alerted. Okay, we are talking about this topic, or it's about this product that this person is talking about. Then you personalize your response. For example, if I'm talking to a client, his name John, I would make sure I call out his name, maybe, hey John, so this message is for you, and so on and so forth. Make sure you read before sending either an email or a message, so you avoid maybe any typing error that would make the person on the other end not sure or would feel that you mean something else. The use points or numbers, make sure when you're writing it's clear. You can bullet points if it's a step on how to do something, and so on. So an example is so let's say you there was an issue, then you're writing to this man. So you would write it in this format, and not in this format on the other end, where it's just in one thing. In as much as it's the information is just stated, it's still not that perfect. So you need to write it like this. So stating issue mark. So this is stating issue that mark needed. So I mark to understand your frustration. Below is instructions that might help you fix the issue. So you click type in the request, then please let me know how if it works out for you now. So have a great day. So here, this is your personalized the message. This is going straight up to Mark. Then you've included an headline so that if Mark had a lot of messages, maybe it's on their email, they would, once they see the headline, they would say, oh, this thing is about this issue of fixing maybe their software or something. Then make sure you're polite. This is polite language. You even wish them a great day and include your name in an event that the team is very big and you're not sure who responded to you. summary, be clear and simple, personalize your information, answer all questions. If someone was to ask about something about the product, make sure you answer everything that they've asked. Do not just focus on what you want maybe to say with it. You will just answer all the questions that were asked about the product. Use structure like I've showed you in the example. Make sure you use structured where it's easy for someone to read, even the information is to do, if they're able to read it. So example when you are the details, both price, delivery, if you deliver whether within Yango or Platinum outside Lusaka, and the availability of the product, the price of the product, all the information is in good format. Then time management. So time management is one of important topics. So time management is the process of planning and practicing control of your time spent on specific activities to increase efficiency and productivity. So, for example, this is a time management table or a to-do list. So you would want to classify everything that you do, whether if it's urgent, not urgent. So if it's urgent, you need to do it now. If it's not urgent, then you plan to do it later on. Then if you are a manager, you would also want to delegate that maybe this task can be handled by this specific person on our team. Then eliminate, you would eliminate. So this is, for example, our to-do list. This is what we want to do. Okay. So if you look at the rows here, there is important and not important. So for example, social media, if it's urgent, you need to do something, you put it here. If it's not, which I think it is, it's not, you maybe eliminate it. Then mindless socializing, maybe just find people talking about the story on the streets. Then you also join them, they're talking about the topic, maybe it's football. I don't know how important these things are, but to me, I would say maybe just eliminate it. Then video games depends as well. You could say video games, and you cannot really get video games. You also want to maybe you will plan the time that you want to play the same video game. Then close deadlines. I'm sure this is urgent. Most of us would want to put it on the emergency work. If it's important to you and you're the only one that can do it, make sure it's in the urgent. Then if you can delegate, put it here. Then last minute obligation. For example, you want to go somewhere, it's a last minute obligation. If you're able to delegate then you go to where it's urgent. But if you need to do it, make sure you just do it. Customer experience, if you are the manager, this is an urgent matter, you need to make sure that you have great customer experience. Long-term projects, I'm sure we all want them to plan them. They are urgent, and I would say they are urgent and important, but you want to put them where you plan for them. Then small meeting, it depends if you are the chairman of that meeting, I'm sure it will be urgent to you and you want to be there. If you're not that important, you would just maybe eliminate it or have someone attend it for you on your behalf. Then other people's personal life, for example, friends, and stuff, you wouldn't say you would dedicate it to another friend that would have been anything for you. You would maybe want to go talk to them at another date if it's important, but it's not urgent to you, but I'm sure it is urgent to them. So you would want maybe to go and talk to them after and just offer that emotional support. Some incoming calls or mails. So calls might be urgent, you just need to answer the calls. So other mails might be important but not urgent, and so on. So this is now our time management. Okay. So you need to focus on the urgent and important, which are the do's. Then something which is important, long-term plans, you need to plan for them. If something someone can do it for you, you can delegate. Most people that we say are highly efficient and are in managerial position, they most of the time they dedicate uh, their tasks to other people that are lower than them, maybe they are secretary and so on. Then you must always eliminate your distractions and just remove those mindless socializing and so on. So you need to prioritize your customer issues. So now handling an upset customer. Okay, so dealing with upset customers effectively is skills that require you to focus on the solution rather than your feelings. Instead of taking anger and complaints personally, see how you can change that upset customers into a satisfied and happy customer by focusing on the solution. For example, there are clients that will just come in and start shouting because maybe they were calling and you guys were not picking up, and they are challenging the product that you sell. So say maybe it was defective and you couldn't tell because it was maybe in a box. So you want to focus on the solution. Ask them what happened, what really happened. Did the product work or not? No, it's not good. Did you try to charge it? Did you try to troubleshoot it? Make sure you focus on the solution rather than maybe you frustrated. Hey, why are you coming to us? Frustrated way like this. You are also frustrated. Okay, there's even a video of a customer to give you an example of this one. This is a good example. Let me just continue a bit. Just a minute. This is a good example that I want to show you. Okay, President. Sorry, I forgot to say this one. It's very important. Okay. So I hope everyone is able to get me up to here. If you don't, you can just do a thumbs up on my own.
Alo? Takulandirani ku network opambana ma network yonse muno mu Zambia tikuthandize ntyani? Alo? Alo? Takulandirani ku network opambana ma network yonse muno mu Zambia tikuthandize ntyani? Alo? Takulandirani ku network opambana ma network yonse muno mu Zambia tikuthandize ntyani? Alo? Takulandirani ku network opambana ma network yonse muno mu Zambia tikuthandize ntyani? Alo? Wawa tikumva. Alo? Takulandirani ku network opambana ma network yonse muno mu Zambia tikuthandize ntyani? Alo? Takulandirani ku network opambana ma network yonse muno mu Zambia tikuthandize ntyani? Alo? Takulandirani ku network opambana ma network yonse muno mu Zambia tikuthandize ntyani? Alo? Wawa tikumvani kambani chamwatumira. Nena dandaulo imozi baba kuno kuchimpinga network kuliretu yayi. Teti pano pumunimbwani pa chiduli teti maminesi tikapanga yongo zichitireka expire mbanu fulani koshe kuti mtithandize tyani. Osati mngoti nkwenkwe tikatandaula mkoshita po chimozi fuka talk time tigulira ini myala yayi. Mwasirija? Dandaulo yangu ni eneyi. Amdani mopusa mwa. Customer care kunena mu. Mfani koziva babanja kuti kuno kwaniri nenku ntchito tyala. Nichilole lini kuti muntu kwanirepo neka mpaka kasenzo ka kampani sali yangu. Customer care. Customer care mpamene koma customer care uyu nochitovwala nene muntu. Ndipo muntu kamtoko sola ndishofuna umungu.
So this is an example of which you can watch it, can share the link.
Shanuka chola kasimuka. Uko cholani kasimukadi jina mwana nchito. Boss. Mbomo udila lini? Unipeze. Namuza kutila nchito kupeza masikuwa.
Hello, so hope you saw the video. That was an example of how a frustrated customer agent is. So we continue. So so that one was an example of an upset customer or upset that the network was very bad. So these are the steps on how you would handle an upset customer. So you need to stay calm. Yeah, you make sure that you listen. If you saw from the start of the video, it was calm, just that after some time it got frustrated. You need to listen, show empathy, know that their concerns are being heard. Make sure you take responsibility and you offer a solution. So in the video I showed you, they didn't offer a solution. Actually, they were more frustrated than the customer. So I understand your frustration. Let's fix it. Let's fix this. This is how you do it. Okay? Then now, how do you amaze your customer? You can amaze your customers by going beyond the expectation. For example, you would want to give them a discount, you respond faster, then you follow up quickly. Okay? For example, if you sell phones, you would maybe want to give them AirPods as a bonus on what they're selling, or you offer them two products to choose from as either bonus. Let's say maybe they are phones and they are headsets. You would maybe ask them which discount or bonus would you want, either AirPods or headphones. Then they maybe choose AirPods, then you give them both. So you've gone beyond their expectation. So that's your creativity and you've added value to them. So you do that through discounts, bonuses, and follow-ups. You check on them how they're using the product and so on. Okay, so the key takeaways that I want you to take from this lecture that we've had, so we're still having. So customer service builds trust. Listening is critical. Make sure you listen to what they're saying and you understand. Then you also put in your emotions. Make sure you understand them nicely and you show that you're understanding them. There's some people that will say maybe they're understanding you, but they're not showing it. So now the emotions will matter. So make sure every interaction counts. Every customer is very important. Whether they buy once or they buy a small product or they buy in bulk, they just buy one at a time. Everyone is important. Everyone is important. Everyone is important. So make sure you treat them like that. Okay, so thank you. This is all that I had for you. I hope you've gotten one or two things. I will share the notes and also share those words as well. Okay. questions that we would do. Okay, network is back. So if there are any questions you might ask so that we take it from there. Do you have any questions or concerns? Anything? Nathan, do you have any questions? Do you have any questions before we close the class? Yes, okay, since I'm sure Mr. John left because there was a news there and felt like the class had ended. So I think that's all for it. We will have another class on Thursday. Yeah, I will share these notes so that you just go through them. Then I'll also share the reporting